In this video, you will consider where your time goes, learn how to find your priorities, learn how to budget your time, and learn how to create a schedule. Where does your time go? Estimate the numbers of hours in a week that you spend sleeping, getting ready for the day, preparing and eating meals, commuting to class and/or work, attending class, going to work, running errands, working out, socializing, watching television, and so on. There are 168 hours in a week. If you take 168 minus the total number of hours spent on the aforementioned activities, how much time do you have left for studying and homework? Finding priorities. In order to find your priorities, you must ask yourself 3 questions. What must you get done no matter what? What should get done? And what would be nice to do? So to find your priorities, you can make a quadrant. The quadrant has urgent, not urgent, important, and not important. What is the difference between urgent and important? An urgent task demands your immediate attention, but the attention you may give it may or may not matter. An important task matters, and not doing it may have consequences for you and/or others. Something can change from urgent to not urgent or vice versa, or from important or not important over time. In quadrant first, it is the stuff that you must do. This is usually stuff that you have procrastinated, and you need to try avoiding have quadrant 1 tasks when possible. In quadrant 2 is stuff that you can do next. This is where you want to keep most of your activities, but it is easy to keep pushing off these activities until they become quadrant 1 activities. Quadrant 3 activities are due later if still necessary. These are things you must do but are not important to you. This could include some meetings, emails, phone calls, and so on. Quadrant 4 activities are things you should not do. But wasting time is inevitable, so try to consciously limit these activities. Think about specific things you have done in the past few days, how long you did the activity for, and which quadrant they fall into. In which quadrant did you find yourself spending the most time? If you continue to use your time in this way, will you reach your goals and dreams? Why or why not? What choices do you intend to make about how you use your time in the future? Budgeting your time. Deadlines. Know when your assignments and projects are due, and break the assignment or project down into smaller chunks and work on it ahead of time so you can meet your deadline. Schedule tasks. Some tasks need to be completed before others, and you may also need to schedule time to work with another person on certain tasks. Make sure to schedule a regular time for some activities in your schedule, such as studying. Realistic time expectations. Make an educated guess on how long a task will take realistically to make it complete and accurate. Set goals. What do you want to accomplish both short-term and long-term? What steps can you take to get there? When you know what you want to accomplish, you can prioritize your time and resources to accomplish your goals. Make a to-do list. Write down items that need to get done and prioritize the order in which they need to get done. Do this first thing in the morning or at night before you go to bed. Take off items on your list that get completed or that no longer need action. Do not put too many items on your list as it may become overwhelming. A list can also help you remember what you need in order to complete a task. Energy level. Everybody has a time of day when they have more energy or less energy. Complete less interesting and more difficult tasks when you have more energy and have a high level of concentration. Gap level. When do you have a few minutes of free time? Have something to do, such as a book to read, vocabulary to review, or non-urgent tasks or errands that need to be done, such as dropping paperwork off at an office or sending an email. Focus on one task. The brain cannot actually focus on more than one thing at a time, so work on one project at a time until it is done. Avoid procrastination. Ask yourself why you procrastinate. Do you need help with a task? Ask. Working on a project long before it is due will alleviate stress that stems from procrastination. Manage distractions. Keep an organized work area so you aren't tempted with distractions. Keep your phone, computer, and other devices off while you are working to minimize these distractions. Although you may put away distractions, know that you will ultimately have unplanned distractions and interruptions, so leave time in your schedule for these cases. Delegate responsibility. There are many people who have trouble delegating responsibility, but nobody can do everything alone. Split up a task with another reliable person. It will relieve some stress and allow all parties to be more productive. If you do not delegate tasks or if you take on too much, your work may be rushed or of poor quality, which will not only affect you, but may also affect others. Learn to say no. Taking on too many tasks or being on too many committees can cause stress, as you will have more things to do with less time. Take intentional breaks. Recharge your body and mind by taking a break. It could be as simple as leaving your office for a few minutes. Make sure you also take a lunch break. Your body will function better if you're not hungry, and the time away from your desk or work will allow your brain to have a break. Stay calm. The world won't end if you don't accomplish everything planned for one day. Take care of yourself by going home on time so you can be refreshed for the next day. Creating a schedule. Schedules can take on different mediums. An online calendar can be connected to an email, and you can send or receive e-invites. It can be accessed from any device that you have data or internet. A planner can also take on a physical form. You can write down assignments daily, and you have access to it whenever you have it in your hands. There are also different types of schedules. A daily schedule tells you what time you have meetings, class, and work times, and what you need to get accomplished by the end of a day. With a weekly schedule, you can look at what your week looks like as a whole. You can see when you have chunks of time to study or do homework, and when you can hang out with your friends or have free time. A monthly or a semester calendar can also show you the big picture. You can see when your due dates are, when your exams are, and you can schedule meetings, appointments, and other planned activities. It also shows you when you have congested or busy periods of time. Creating your own schedule. When you create a daily or weekly schedule, look at what time you are in class. You also need to look at what time you are in work or have other commitments such as practice. Then you can look at your other daily or weekly commitments. These commitments could be meetings, study times, or appointments. For a monthly or semester calendar, you can print off monthly calendars from the internet. You can write down big assignments, tests, and papers, as well as any other important commitments and planned activities.